Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Anna and I'm a little bit spooky. And today we're having some coffee and doing some makeup and kind of just get ready with me. Almost old school style. Getting ready to go to dinner, gonna go to Ulta, gonna check out a new bar. And yeah, this is the look I came up with. I wanted to do something that kind of worked with the snakeskin top I'm wearing, and I'll insert an outfit of the day at the end of the video as well when we do the fish look stuff. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look using the Sigma Untamed palette and just hang out, have a cup of coffee with me, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like, subscribe. At the end of the video, leave me some comments, let me know your opinions on any of the topics we covered. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the makeup, the chit chat, the hangout sesh, and have a cup of coffee together. A little quick look today with the Untamed palette, and I don't want it to compete with my top because I'm wearing a very busy snakeskin top. So we're gonna keep it kind of simple, just nice today. I know I've been doing kind of simple looks. I've already primed my eyes, brows are on, so we're good there. And then we're just gonna jump straight into the eyeshadow. First thing I'm gonna do is hit the brow bone with Docile, which is the kind of creamy brow bone shade. My eyes aren't set. I've just used a little bit of eyeshadow primer and some concealer just to kind of tidy up my brows because they're a little large and in charge and crazy today. I'm actually going to be running to Ulta today in hopes of finding that new ColourPop Dark Blooms collection. And then we're going to go to dinner and check out a new bar downtown. Our bars are open, by the way, and everything is very social distance and safe. You know, we're wearing masks and everything like that, but things are opening back up here. We kind of got stuff under control. So we're gonna, it hasn't like officially like fully opened yet. They had like a soft open, so it's just kind of a checking it out kind of thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go into Loreal next. I want to take that kind of taupey brown. I'm gonna take it on the diffuse crease, the E38, into the brush and start bringing that through the transition. I've been meaning to like sit down and film all week and just haven't felt like it. It haven't felt real good, or I've just been busy. A rough girl time. It kind of kicked my butt. So I just was like, ugh, just didn't feel like doing anything. Yeah, so we're keeping it kind of quick today. I'm a little bit short on time because I overslept. I think I'm going to include my outfit and everything in this video so that you're going to get ready with me. I'm planning quite a few videos that I just need to sit down and like, they're like talkie videos. Like going over holiday launches and new releases that I'm interested in. So that's what I'm going to be filming probably not tomorrow, maybe Sunday or Monday. Tomorrow's Halloween, and I'm kind of preempting my costume because I'm going to do like a Medusa kind of snake vibe. I got a little headpiece and everything that I'm going to wear tomorrow, and so I won't wear snakeskin today. But we're going to do more of a neutrally cool look on the eyes because the top is more cool tone. Tomorrow I'm actually just wearing a black top with my snakeskin leggings and the headpiece. I'm going to do a really vibrant green look with this palette. I'm going to film that too because it's not a costumey makeup look, but when you add the headpiece it will be. But I figure it's just a nice fall look, or a nice look in general. Okay, next I'm going to take a little bit of Feral. Can bring it a little lower. Same brush, just deepening up the crease and the transition. Do you realize when I'm looking in a mirror when you're doing your eyeshadow, you're just like I'm looking at nothing over here. There's no mirror. There's nothing. The mirror's right here and here. Sometimes I just like look down just to get in all those little nooks and crannies. It's actually pretty dang cold here all of a sudden. Just crazy. There's like a snowstorm or like ice storm stuff north of us. There was a hurricane coming up south from us. I think there's one more like hurricane system they're watching for our area, or for Louisiana, the Gulf. Hopefully it doesn't do anything. Zeta turned into a little beast that I don't think anybody was anticipating. And yeah, a few friends that got caught in that one. Again, I'm just layer a little more of Loreal. Just try to minimize that gigantic brow bone. She is large and in charge. I think I'm gonna take a little bit more Loreal towards the outer portion. Just on the flat side of this brush, it's the medium sweeper. And build that up in the outer V, outer crease, socket area. So I did the video with Donna, my new obsession with about this palette. We did our first impressions and a look. It was so funny how similar our looks turned out. Like our instincts were to go the same shades. Because we didn't talk about like what shades we're going to use before. we were thinking, okay, one will do a warm, one will do a cool look. And yeah, it didn't pan out. But we ended up doing, I think she did such a pretty look though. Like this palette's surprisingly much warmer than we both anticipated. Like, because there's shades in it that look like they're cool tone shades, but then when you put them on the eye or an application, they're actually not that cool. And it's like, oh, surprise. It was a very surprising palette. Anyways, we posted that yesterday, and today we both posted our fall favorite like makeup products. Or she did like her palettes and I did my fall favorite makeup. I was like, that was totally unplanned and we just happened to do that. That is really funny. Great minds. Picked up watching Riverdale again. I'm on season 3. I don't know, like that show's so silly, but I get sucked into it for some reason. But I watched The Duchess, so cute, love that one. And I watched Emily in Paris, which was super cute as well. I really liked it. And now I'm out of shows to watch. Because I just binge watched stuff the other day because I didn't have anything to edit and I didn't feel like filming either. Like I just didn't feel good. So I just watched shows. Like my stomach was upset and then like just queasy feeling and yucky. And then girl stuff. I was having a rough go. Okay, I'm gonna take Wicked. Let's take some of the black. Tiny bit here. Knock the brush off. I'm gonna start building this on this outer portion. Kind of just doing a patting motion. This is a pigmented black, but it's a very easy to work with black. I'm really impressed with it. Like there's a softness and gentleness to it while it still has impact. It does what you want it to do and you can really build it up if you want. Or you can do just this really light application just to deepen something up. I really, really find it a versatile black, which is not the most common thing in the world. Like a lot of times they're either just not enough, they don't do anything, or they're just too much. This one, they did perfect balance right here. They nailed it. Okay, I'm liking the way that looks. I'm gonna clean off the little brush, the little medium sweeper, and I'm gonna dampen it with some spray. And I'm gonna take a little bit of Hustle, which is that nice kind of golden, soft gold shade, a little bit bronzy. And I'm gonna put that kind of towards the center of the lid. I don't think I actually need to wet the brush. It's like habit to do that now. I'm just going to pat that on the middle portion here. I want that flow into the darker shades. And we're just gonna put that on. So I'm gonna pull a little bit of that kind of, this is like a more bronzy gold. Like it's not like a true gold. So that'd be pretty. It kind of ties in with the colors of my shirt. So I'm kind of just pulling inspiration from it. I'm gonna go into Spirit and put down the inner part. And let that kind of float into Hustle. Pull it a little bit high, then just loop around. I kind of like the combination of those two shades married into one another. It's different. Do a little bit more of the gold, a bit more Hustle, just a little back and forth. I found this to be a very easy to work with palette. Like a good like everyday palette. Like you can, it's very versatile, very versatile. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of eyeliner. I'm gonna take the Sigma Wicked eyeliner pencil and just go right along the lash line, sticking to the outer corner. Just pull it kind of more straight out, straight across rather than down, and letting the outer corner be thicker. And that naturally just gives me a little bit of a lift. I'm going to take this little Morphe 152 touch of Wicked from the palette. It just occurred to me that that is the same shade as the eyeliner. So is Wicked a reoccurring shade within Sigma, I'm guessing? I kind of like when brands do that. When they like, you know, stick to a concept or like a, you know, if they have a staple shade within their range, it has the same name and they don't just rename it for a palette. I kind of like when, you know, brands will build a whole collection around a shade. When a shade's good, I like to have it in multiple formats. You know, there really isn't like any fallout from this palette aside from me just being a little messy and blending kind of crazy. There's no real fallout. A rare occasion for me, a rare occurrence, because I'm a messy gal. Okay, so you can build that black up pretty well. It just blends out so nicely. And that's basically what I was done. So to keep it kind of simple. Not a whole ton going on. Sometimes I get just so carried away. I think blending and I'll end up like this a lot of a look. And I just don't feel like doing that today. So I'm going to take a little bit of my face primer and a Q-tip. We're going to tidy that up. This is basically the saving grace of a lot of looks, is just the Q-tip and some face primer. Okay, and let's just go ahead and prime the face while we're at it. I've already done my skincare today, like my SPF and a moisturizer, and they've been sitting on my skin and had some time to like work in. I'm priming with the Magic base from Loreal. Favorite primers. Like, not even just from the drugstore, I mean just in general, this is a great primer. I like it so much more than the putty primer from e.l.f. Like, if you like the putty primer from e.l.f. but want more from it, like just want to be just a little bit better or didn't think it could get better, it can. And I want to keep the skin light too. I think I'm gonna do just like a light layer of the L'Oreal Fresh. For somebody who doesn't really care about using brushes, I sure do have a lot of them for foundation. This is just a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, a classic. I think this is probably the first foundation brush I ever got. Buff that into the skin lightly. I just want my skin tone evened out, not a whole lot of coverage. So I usually start by buffing it, kind of just where I need it, and then I'll stipple and build where I need more coverage. Why am I using a brush? I'm too lazy to get up and wash my beauty blender or dampen a clean one. You see, like on my cheeks, I kind of stipple it around just to get the coverage over that redness. This actually isn't my favorite foundation brush. I kind of like the e.l.f. one. I've been using that one a little bit, and there's a couple from Sony Kashuk that I enjoy. I haven't bought any brushes from Sony Kashuk in a while. Like, I used to always get her like the holiday sets because I think they're so pretty usually. I haven't even looked to see what the holiday one is this year. I'm kind of keeping just the foundation and skin light because I'm going to be wearing a mask and all that. So I kind of just rather the attention be more on the eyes and just have them kind of even out where I need them. And this foundation does good under masks. So my nose is just a little dry, and when your skin's dry, the brush is not the ideal thing to use. e.l.f. Camo Concealer Hydrating Formula. Just gonna put just a little bit. Get in here first with this and blend it just to kind of disperse it a little bit because I kind of put probably too much. I'm gonna use the number 7 loose setting powder. This is the Perfect Light Loose Powder in translucent. Let's bring a little bit of color back to my face. I know I look like a ghost. I'm just using a little tapered brush from e.l.f. to set my under eyes. I sweep it around like this. It just kind of blends that area too. This eye look is some Naked 2 vibes is what it is. Just a little bit of contour. I'm gonna use the Essence Contouring Duo. Just like this little palette. It's good. It's a good shade for me. Now I'm gonna take down a Real Techniques, is this their contour? Yeah, the little contour brush. I'm gonna jump back over to my Untamed palette now. On this biggest blending brush, I'm gonna take just a tiny bit of Loreal. Really knock it off. I'm gonna come right here. Just make sure the inner corner is nice and blended. Kind of like that nice flow into the bridge of the nose. This is a good little contour shade, honestly. And lower lash line. Gotta keep it kind of not a whole lot. I'm gonna take a little bit of Loreal. One side of this little medium sweeper. And just tuck it right there. Go back to that little Morphe brush, the 152. I'm gonna put a little bit of Wicked on one side of the brush, knock it off, and just focus right out here. Let that flow up into the upper eyeshadow, into the outer corner. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the inner corner with a little bit of Spirit. I take just a touch of Hustle right here. I'm gonna take my little tapered brush again and jump into my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Ethereal. Just come right under here, brighten things up a little. I just like that just does something magical to the skin. Highlighter. So I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. one that's always on top right now. This is white gold. So they're metallic flare highlights, I believe. It just goes with everything. It's just a good shade. I'm gonna take Always Cheeky from e.l.f. This primer infused blush. Bring a little color into the face. I'm looking a little bit washed out. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera for a minute and do some lashes. Touch up my brows. We'll be right back for the lips and complete a look. Just popped on some lipstick, kind of fixed my hair, setting spray, lashes, all that. Hair stuck to my mouth. Okay. And I think, oh, for lips I use the Infallible PROMATTE liquid lipstick in Cowboy. And I think I want to add a little bit more warmth to the crease and kind of transition area just a little bit. In comparison, it's a little bit too cool, I feel like, for what I'm going for today. Fluffy brush I was using a while ago. I'm going to take Feral and just kind of lightly run it right here. There we go. Just going to balance it out a little bit. See, let me put my blazer on. Alright, and this is the look all complete using the Sigma Untamed palette. Just doing something quick and easy and pretty. So yeah, I hope you had a good time hanging out with me today and chit-chatting. Let me know down in the comments if you have any thoughts on any of the topics we covered today. We didn't cover too many. Keep the conversation going down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.